Hey, there we are. Let's see if we can adjust this.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Brian Garcia here with
Erin, Nicole, Bick, and we are
the Adventure Partners. How's everybody doing today? I didn't even do my hair.
It looks great.
Thanks. I took a shower today.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've got big news, friends.
Huge news. Welcome to July.
Yeah! This means 1 year of Be Adventure Partners existing. It's pretty exciting.
So it all starts with ideas, right?
It all starts with ideas. It starts with some kind of purpose or motivation. We were actually just listening to a really great, we're doing a course, personal development course, and the guy said that a life without purpose, or a person without purpose, will perish.
Yeah.
And that really resonated with me. I think that, you know, before I found a true purpose in my life, that things were kind of stagnant, that, you know, I wasn't so driven to make things happen.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say hey to everyone who's jumping on. Hey, Val. Hey, Joseph. What's shaking?
What's up? Thanks for commenting and sharing also. I love
Appreciate
hearts. I love hearts.
He loves hearts.
Yeah, so if a life without purpose.
Life without purpose.
Yeah.
Life without purpose, you perish. So we wanted to talk to you about, you know, how fast things can move and how exciting that is. Once you get that force and that drive behind you, you know, how fast you can start moving forward, moving that train. So what do you got to say about that?
So I have a lot to say about that. I have a lot to say about that today. So I'm actually going to kind of switch the direction of the conversation a little bit, because this is actually going to tie in perfectly with what you're talking about.
All right.
Purpose, goals, vision, passion, what it is that you're wanting in life. Think about this for a second. I'm wearing a party shirt right now. So this shirt here, I used to be a part of the fire department. I was a firefighter for nearly 9 years, and it was an idea that I had in my head before we even met about building something online, about building a business of some kind that would be sustainable, about building something that people would need, people would want, something that would give them so much value, and building this a beautiful community of people all moving down the same type of track, heading down the same sort of direction. And so it all starts with your vision and passion and your idea. It doesn't matter if you don't know what it is that you want to like achieve in life. The reason why we're having this celebration today, it may not be the exact day that we launched Be Adventure Partners like Facebook page, but it's the month. And listening to personal development today and listening to a few podcasts and stuff that we dive into to build ourselves, our mental state and everything, our vision and everything. I had the great idea. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the month that we actually launched the idea of Be Adventure Partners, because last month, a year ago, was when the idea actually happened. We were on a cruise. It was when we first met in person.
Yep.
A year ago. It was
kind of a joke.
It was totally a joke. So here's the story about that. So we had originally met on the entrepreneur group that we were part of, and so she was needing her questions answered on her blog, so I was sitting there answering questions in this group, and that's how we met February 17th of 2016.
That's right.
And then we met in person in June on this personal development cruise, and that's when the idea happened. Was everybody on the cruise, including Robin right here, who just popped on. Welcome from Australia. Hello. And so from this idea came on because everybody was like, who is this guy going to, you know, this personal development conference cruise, because that was her business at the time. And so it was hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
People were really asking questions. Let me just break it down a bit.
Yeah, break it down.
People were really asking questions because the year before that, I had just quit my job. So this actually, it signifies 2 years of me being an entrepreneur, which is cool too, that I've been off on my own for 2 years. But the personal development cruise, the original one, I took the wrong person to that, and it was really evident. And I think that I didn't give myself enough chances to mix and mingle with everybody else because I kind of felt like I was babysitting the person I brought. So then when I brought somebody who was so dynamic like Brian, someone that's so personable, someone who also really jives with personal development, people are like, who's this guy? And who are you, Erin? Because finally, you know, you were here last year, but nobody, well, a few people kind of got to know me, but not very many people got to know me. And that was because I was kind of stuck in a box, and I'm usually very social, but in this circumstance, I wasn't. So I bring this guy, everyone's like, so who is he? Are you guys sharing a room? What's your deal? Is he your boyfriend? Like, everybody wanted to know. And Brian and I, we were joking around, and I was just like, we were chit-chatting, and we were like, oh, we should call each other adventure partners. Woo! And it was hilarious. So we were joking about that, and then we went on a camel ride, and everybody in the group, we went camel riding, and we climbed sand dunes and stuff, and it was just like such a cool, magical day. And we all go to have lunch together, and the people at our end of the table were like, okay, so what's the deal? And everybody like hovers in, and they want to know. And Brian and I look at each other, and at the same time, we both say, we're adventure partners. And we looked at each other, and we were like, what? We were like, holy shit, we just made this thing official. And it was funny because it happened in front of a bunch of people. So yeah, that was kind of it. And then we didn't even think about making it a business or brand. No. Like, it was just like a joke, you know, when you go through at the airport and they're like, so who is this? And you're like, oh, it's my adventure partner.
Yeah.
Or people are like, who's this? Just in general, it's my adventure partner.
Yeah, just kind of casually, you know?
Yeah.
So we really enjoyed the adventures that we were going on. We enjoyed that type of aspect of life. And, you know, I was still in the fire department. I was living in Austin, Texas. She was living up in Toronto. And, you know, we had two completely separate lives away from each other, but we knew that we wanted to, like, dive into that further and, you know, maybe make it something. And so we didn't really know what it was going to turn out to be initially. And so we were like, you know what? Adventure Partners sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And so we ended up calling it Be Adventure Partners because Brian and Erin, B-E. So that's where the B comes from. Not many people know that, but lucky for you, you're on here right now. You now know that.
Lucky.
But it actually works amazing for the brand because anybody can be an adventure partner with their adventure partner, their lover, you know, whoever it is in their life that they want to do that with. But getting back to it, it all started with the idea, and it was just fun. It was just, we didn't know what we were doing with it. I mean, we didn't know what direction it would go. I mean,
we already had our own businesses, so like,
I didn't need to add another thing onto what I was doing.
And then we were teasing around the one day, and we were like, oh, we should make a page. Like, how funny would that be if we just made a page and we just like post our adventures and stuff on it? And then it snowballed into a business, but it didn't really snowball into a business until we started, you know, connecting the dots of our purposes and our missions, and then we were like, shoot, looks like we're pretty much on the same path. Like, why don't we, like, if we join forces, this will be so much stronger.
Oh, and so much more fun. Oh my gosh. And so we're all about turning ideas into fun, because here's the thing. If you look back a year ago from today, what is it that you were doing in your life? Where were you? Where were you sitting? What did the air smell like? Did it smell like jungles and mountains? Because like if you look over the edge right here, that is the edge. Like, you know, hopefully the phone doesn't fall, but we've got our zero edge pool down there. The moon is up there in the sky right now. It's starting to you know, get dark out. So I mean, a year ago today, I don't think that I would have thought that I would be sitting in Nicaragua with my beautiful adventure partner. Oh, mwah. And doing this here, yeah, so touch it and adjust there we go. And experiencing this really, really cool life. And it's all because we had an idea, and we didn't just say, oh, that's an idea, I'm gonna continue just grinding out whatever it is I'm doing. And so what was I doing when I got back? Well, I had to get back to Austin after the 15-day hiatus that we were on.
Our first date?
Our first date, yeah.
Was 15 days.
15 days long. Yep. It was pretty freaking sweet.
It was a good one.
And
then oh yeah. You didn't meet Val on that cruise.
No,
I met Val
no.
on the first cruise.
Yeah. And so it was just super, super cool that we, instead of just having an idea and setting it on the shelf, that we actually took action on it and made something fun of it. Because a year ago, right now, I was sitting at the fire station. Like I'm wearing my party shirt right now. Like this is one of the shirts that I've, you know, gone into fires with and was doing all sorts of vehicle rescues and medical calls and all sorts of just crazy shit. But now it's my party shirt because it reminds me of where ideas come from and where they go. So if you're here today and you're watching this, even if it's on the replay, even if you're watching the replay, you know, 5 months ago, 5 months or 5 years from now, but if you think about it right now, as you're watching this, if today you have an idea that you're just all like, oh, that would be a cool idea, but I don't know how to implement that, I don't know how to make that turn into reality, guess what? We were two normal people, hairstylists, firefighter, knuckle dragger, you know, a beautician stylist, like amazing, doing photo shoot cuts and all sorts of craziness, like two normal humans. Like if I was to go get my hair cut in Austin, I would go to the barber shop and there'd be all of these people in there, ladies and dudes, all chopping hair, cutting them and everything. And those are normal people. She was like that.
Yep. And 2 years ago, when I prematurely quit my job, all I had was an idea. All I had was this passion and this vision. And I was like, I gotta get out of this job so that I can make this thing work. And that was like my #1 goal. Like I was like, I gotta help people. I gotta make a difference in people's lives. That's all I want to do. And I dropped the job. Like I was just like, that's it. Like I can't be here any longer. And I kind of had a shit or get off the pot moment with my boss because I went down to part-time. He didn't really like that because I had all this freedom in the world to come and go as I pleased. But I was still the most busy stylist in that hair salon, even as part-time. So he didn't really like that, and he was kind of like, well, you either come back full-time or, like, I don't want to even say it. And I was just like, can I have the weekend to think about this? I came back, and I was like, that's it. Like, I knew when I walked in at the door, I was like, that's it. I'm done. I don't care if I saved enough money. I don't care. I'm out of here because I gotta make this thing work. I want to help people, and that's all I had in the forefront of my mind, and I ran with it. I ran with it. I had to take some stumbles in the meantime, but the vision was always there. And I think that the #1 thing when you're an entrepreneur and you make the decision to become an entrepreneur is that you are going to have moments where you're like, this shit is hard. You're going to have moments where you see yourself and you're like, what did I just do? But those moments make you so much stronger. Those moments push you and push you and push you. And when you keep that vision in your third eye, you got that vision in your brain and you're like tunnel vision. You're like, this is all I see. You have a heart on your face and you're running for it. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. And, you know, that's what the law of attraction brought me to Brian.
Yeah.
Because I had that vision in my forefront. I had to connect with him. Like, it's just how the path had to go.
Yeah.
What are people saying? I want to see.
Ed, you're hilarious. We don't
I'm
have...
out!
Hey, this is a celebration. We're not mic dropping today. We'll probably have a mic drop. We'll have a mic drop moment. I guess the mic drop moment is going to be the...
Look, he said I just did. I'm out. Mic drop moment.
Find that mic drop moment.
Or we're looking for it.
Or you're looking for it. If you're looking for the mic drop moment, here's one of them. If you have an idea and you're sitting on it, you better get into action, because a year from now, where do you want to be? And if you're not doing whatever it is if you're not where you want to be, then what is it? What's going on?
Exactly.
Not me, you. Nice, Ed.
You're hilarious.
Joseph.
Take a look how they talk and how they just spread such a beautiful message. Joseph, we love you, buddy.
We're gonna go on adventures with you someday, Joseph.
We're gonna meet
someday.
You somewhere
In this big world.
It's gonna happen. I can feel that about a bunch of you, actually, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And that's actually a huge part of this. It's like, why would you put yourself out there if you didn't want to meet people?
Yeah.
If you didn't want to connect? Like, that's the whole thing about the entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah.
It feels really solo for a while, right? There's like this solo mission thing that happens for a while when you're getting it going. And then you start to pick up speed. You start to network with people. You start to meet other brilliant, beautiful souls, and you're like, oh my gosh, these people exist? Like you might have a certain group of friends, and you're like, I'm not getting anything from this. Like, nothing is like getting my creative juices flowing, because we're all just sitting around here drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you pull yourself outside of that, and maybe you start learning personal development. Maybe you start learning new skills, and you start, you know, harnessing a community where people are improving themselves, empowering themselves to be better continuously. And you start to make these connections and these lifelong friendships, and you're in awe of the people that you're surrounded with, because they're so smart, and you're just like, wow. Like, you learn something every time you have a conversation. And and I think that those conversations are the things that expand the universe, that create worlds, that, you know, create the most beautiful moments. So
yeah,
they're like leading edge conversations.
Yeah. So where has everybody, where were you? Even if you're watching the replay, if you're watching the live, comment, replay, comment. Where were you 1 year ago this month? Where were you physically? Where were you in your job? Where were you in your business, if you're in business? Did you have an idea at that moment that you were taking action on? Or did you have an idea that it might still be in your head, and you might not have taken action on it because you just didn't know where to go? You didn't know what to do. Leave a comment and let us know, because we love to like see where people have been and where they're going, and you know what's been their biggest struggle along the way. What's been their biggest successes along the way? Like, what did they implement to get to where they're at? It's really, really interesting to see, because here's the thing. You're going to continue life whether you like it or not. It's just part of...
Hopefully you like it.
Yeah, while you're alive, every day is going to keep on ticking by. And it's what you do with your time every single day that either gives you an extraordinary life and provides for you in an extraordinary different, sort of way, or is going to continue to cause you to be all like, oh man, I wish that I could do something different, but I'm stuck here in this job because I got a mortgage that I got to pay, and you know, I've got child support, or I got kids that I got to feed, you know, all these different things. If you think about it, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So what are you doing with your 24 hours that, you know, your life is so amazing or your life is so miserable that, like, what are the circumstances that have brought you to that? Now, something that I want to let you know about is don't let circumstances in life dictate where you are right now, because free will, the ability for every single person to be able to think on their own, allows us all to do things in our lives to get to where we want to go.
Yeah. Or what I was going to say is, what circumstances are you clinging to?
Oh, yeah.
What old patterns, old behaviors, old
limiting
things
beliefs
that have happened to you, what are you clinging to? Because we can all cling to something, you know, that happened to us when we were a child, that happened to us in a past relationship. Maybe you failed at something miserably and you're like, well, I could never do that again. Or, you know, something like, that is impossible for me. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this. We kind of cling to these ideas of ourselves, limiting beliefs, that don't serve us anymore. We all do it. We still do it. We're not perfect.
No.
But the exciting thing is, once you start to see the things that get in your way, you can work on them daily. You can, you know, when that thing comes up, you can be like, hey, that's that thing. I gotta work on that thing. Like, don't keep making it a thing. And if you do, there's something deep inside of you that is holding on to it for a reason, and you keep having this thing reappear and reappear because there's a lesson behind it that you still need to learn.
Yeah, and the thing about those lessons is, if you aren't taking the opportunity to learn from them and to implement what it is that that the lesson is there to teach you, then forward progress isn't being made. And if you're not continually working towards something bigger than yourself in life, then you're digressing. And so, like, with today's, you know, time to celebrate, is we're celebrating the fact that we have ideas, and the we is
all
the we in you. The we in you, the we in Ed, the we in Joseph, the we in Val and Robin.
Who else is on here?
Michelle.
Woo,
What's up?
woo.
Who else is on here?
Give us a shout. Give us a shout,
Yeah.
because it's not showing everyone who's jumping on.
Yeah.
And share a cool idea, or, you know, something that you've been celebrating that you defeated a year ago. Ed says 72 hours, wanted to get to Hawaii to live/work. 3 dates later, booked ticket, and 2 days later, I'm here.
Nice, you're in Hawaii now.
Awesome! Now there are about 20 plus years of life experience get to that moment, but I made it. Do you see the rest?
Yeah, here on the laptop it says, but in minutes made the decision to move forward fast. Failed many times, but hey, like Edison, I found hundreds of ways to not design my phonograph. That is totally true.
That's so awesome.
And with all these huge innovators in life, they thrive on failing, because it's the ways of failing that get you to the way of success. And if you want to be successful in anything, you've got to know that, hey, there might be a time or two that I might not succeed.
That's for sure.
But I can learn, and I can change, I can tweak whatever it is that I'm doing, and be able to succeed, and be able to overcome that. And what kind of story do you want to paint with that? Because that's what life's about. Life's about stories. Whenever you know, later on in life, when people are talking about you, they're going to be talking about what an amazing type of person. They're not going to be talking about how many times you failed. Like, I mean, for instance, the guys who like Babe Ruth, most home run hitters in his day, but guess what? He also was the one who struck out the most. Like, do people talk about that? Yeah, I do.
Some people do.
I totally talk about that because guess what? It's the fact that Babe Ruth swung the bat every single time to make it happen. But guess what? Every single hit wasn't a homer. And that goes for each of us in all of our lives. So just don't get stuck on that, and you're going to be super, super successful, because the more times you swing, the more opportunities that you're going to have to actually hit that home runner more and more times, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
as long as you're open, if you can be open to being like, okay, this thing didn't work out so hot. Okay, maybe, you know, I skinned my knee, or I lost a lot of money, or my heart was broken, or whatever the thing is, you know, whatever that thing is. If you can take that thing, that moment where you felt hurt, where you felt sad, where you felt like a worthless piece of crap, if you can take that moment, and in that moment find strength, use it as your fuel, it is way more powerful to start with anger than it is with vulnerability. So as soon as you can pull yourself out of the vulnerable stage and then get yourself into like, I'm pissed, I'm gonna make this so amazing, there's your fuel. Now you've got some movement going. Now you've got this fire in your belly that just starts pushing you, pushing you, pushing you, and you can be mad, but guess what? As soon as that emotion fades, now you're empowered because you're moving. You've been taking action. You've got something to be proud about. Now you've got something to be grateful for because you're starting to see results. And that is all it takes. And it's celebrating those itty bitty wins along the way. Like, oh my gosh, I'm changing. Oh my gosh, I'm growing. This little idea that I have is now becoming bigger, and it's starting to catch like wildfire, and holy smokes, it's got me so excited. That's where you evolve and you stretch because you were open to learning and using your mistakes as fuel to drive you forward.
Yes.
What did Val say? Did you see that?
Yeah, Val said 1 year ago, I was kicking myself that I wasn't on the cruise with you guys. You were so sweet. We wish you were there too. I have made a ton of progress in the past year, but still have a long way to go. But the biggest difference is that I know I can do anything.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can.
yes.
Yeah, you can.
You're freaking powerful. You're doing amazing in your business. We see you all the time.
The coolest thing about you, Val, is you are on such an awesome personal growth journey. And that's where it starts. Like, how are we supposed to do good in anything, our relationships, our business, anything, unless we are at our ultimate self? And now that is shining through in everything you do, and we're so excited for
Yeah, keep growing. Yeah. So for everyone else who has ideas and and wants to celebrate, go ahead and celebrate ideas that you've had, that you've taken action on this post. Keep on going. And also, if you have an idea and you just don't know where the hell to go with it, let me tell you, it has been such a freaking fun adventure over the last year. Sharing ideas and coming up with tons of different things. Tons of different things, and to see that within 12 months of doing something, even less than 12 months, because it was April 1st that I ditched the job from being a firefighter. But just know that you've got the ability to do that. And what's cool about it is we now have the Be Adventure Partners exclusive tribe now open. It's the private group, and only the members get access to really cool training that we put in there about developing your ideas and becoming
to the next level.
Yeah, building your business to become viral. Like, what are the components of building that out? And so anyone could have access to that and become a member. There's ways to do that.
Yep.
And so reach out to us if you ever want to become a member of the tribe, because that could definitely help take your ideas to the next level, help you build something out. And who knows, a year from now, you could be experiencing a freaking world that you never thought that you could live in, like something that only your dreams are made of. And so to put your ideas down on paper, actually write them out, and then say, okay, I know that in my heart, in my life, in my mind, I'm ready to start taking action. Jump on our online workshop.
Yep.
That the link is in the post, so that you could see how we got this all put together, this whole Be Adventure Partners thing. Now that's just a little nugget of how it's a nugget of how it all works together, and you're gonna have access to so much more there in the tribe.
What does she say? I find I need to strike with iron is hot before I lose a little passion when I have an idea. The tribe's awesome. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, while it's hot, while it's fresh in your mind, run with it. Like, when you have an idea, you have got to run with it and go full throttle, because I've had tons of these ideas in my head. I might think of something and then be like, I'll make a video for it later, or I'll write that blog post later. Brian, the other day, he goes into our WordPress account and he's like, there's so many drafts in here. And I was like, those are all my ideas that went to the grave because I didn't do anything with them right away. And then I go look at it and I'm like, I'm not really inspired to write that anymore. So when you're inspired, you gotta run with it. And if you got an idea and you just don't know what to do with it, reach out to us. We're talking to tons of people all the time who have a passion, who are super driven, and absolutely anybody can do it. If us two could do it, you can do it too. So reach out to us, connect with us, check out the workshop. It's gonna give you such a cool overview perspective of the possibilities behind building a website that makes you money.
And it's also going to tell you how to become one of the Be Adventure Partners exclusive tribe members, so that you can get in there and take advantage of everything that we've invested in, we're putting in there. And we go to conferences, workshops, we invest in all sorts of different things that that help to build business in the online space, regardless of the niche.
Yeah, no, that's totally true, and it's all super current. Everything we're plopping in that group is stuff that we're currently doing that is really working, really helping us to connect. So we're happy to share it with you.
Yeah. So happy 1 year to the Be Adventure Partners community. And we really appreciate every single one of you for being an active member in the community, for sharing posts, for commenting, for reacting to posts. That's absolutely huge.
You guys are the best.
The tribe just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The community is getting stronger and stronger. And it's a lot of people just like yourself who you know, you have an idea and you just want to make it, you know, come to reality. And Be Adventure Partners is the first place that you've seen, oh my gosh, these two people, Brian and Erin, are like, they're so freaking real and down to earth, because that's who we are. That's who we are.
And we encourage you, you know, when you're on these lives and you're watching us, mingle amongst each other, you know, go make friends with each other, because the people who are showing up, like Georgie, Val, we've got Josh Edwards,
up,
hey buddy, we've got Ed, Robin, I saw Michelle, Joseph, there's tons of you guys popping on. All are people that we've connected with, that we have just fallen in love with, you know, and have grown such cool, strong relationships with. These are powerful minds. These are people who are motivated and driven to not only make a difference in their lives, but they come from a place of passion and a servant heart, and they want to reach out and they want to help other people. So
Yeah.
get friendly with each other, because you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know the type of person that you're gonna connect with, that, you know, one day might be a business partner, one day you might be running webinars together.
Do joint ventures. There's
Yeah.
all sorts of different
Yeah.
things in the online business space.
Yeah. So check, what do we got up there?
The online workshop.
Check out the workshop.
Yeah, check out the workshop. I think that's the one I put on there.
Yeah, you
it's
did.
Yeah, it's the workshop.
So until next time, friends, thank you for coming. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Adventure on, friends.
Adventure on.